Hello, this is the Irish Guy Extra, and yes, you all know I am scared. I am right now very afraid because this weekend is the Tyne-Wear Derby, and am I confident? Quietly, yes, but on the inside, it does feel like there's a bunch of butterflies dying in my stomach. Right now, I feel like I'm pregnant. That's how it feels. You know when you're 8 months pregnant and you've got a little alien baby kicking your insides like a basketball? That's me. That's me right now. I feel exactly like a woman who's about to give birth because, I'm going a little nuts about this Newcastle Sunderland match because it's the first one in the Premier League for nearly 10 years. It's a once-in-a-decade event. This is mad. This is like, I don't know, waiting for the next Toy Story film. Actually, no, it's not because the last two have been terrible. Okay, first up, Chelsea versus Everton. Right. Chelsea versus Everton. This should be... Look, Everton are actually in crazy form right now. I think they've won 4 out of the last 5 matches, which is pretty insane for a team who went about 2 months without a win. Everything seems to be clicking right now, and it really goes against all sort of logic because David Moyes was supposed to be finished in Premier League circles a solid 10 years ago. This man was helping Sunderland become one of the worst teams in Premier League history back in 2017. He was seen as a joke. I remember I was living in Sunderland at the time and all the townspeople wanted him gone because he was a fraud whose self-esteem and whole career was broken by his miserable Man United failure. The fact he's able to bounce back and nearly 10 years later he's doing just as well at Everton as he did during his pomp, it's actually kind of frightening. I don't know how. It makes no sense. He should be a busted flush. He should be where the likes of old school 2000 Barclays managers are now, like Steve Bruce, Alex McLeish. I was going to say Martin O'Neill, but he actually, went to Celtic, and they probably should have kept him instead of going for the Wilfred Nancy. Oh, very strange pick. But yeah, no, like he should be in the dustbin of old school, like Paul Jewell, people who just have been left behind. I mean, Jose Mourinho was arguably the greatest of those 2000s managers, the ones from your old childhood sticker book, and people say he's finished now. So the fact that Moyes is still going strong at the same club where he had his most success, it's kind of nuts. But look, for this one, look, Chelsea have been wobblier than a fat snowman, and they've been so inconsistent. So maybe I should tip Everton to get a result, but nah, I'm still going to back Chelsea. Home advantage, 3-1. I say Cole Palmer surely has to get back on the score sheet, and he owes the fans after stupidly missing a couple of matches because he kicked a door or something. I mean, I remember doing that. I remember breaking a toe when I was a kid because I kicked a wall indoors trying to kick a small tennis ball. I was 14, and a stupid 14. Cole Palmer doesn't exactly... I mean, no disrespect, but he does look about as intelligent as a busted basketball. But look, you're still a grown man. What are you doing? You're a professional footballer. How are you breaking your toe by just... What was he doing? Doing keep your piece with a sausage? Like, how do you break your toe in a kitchen, in the safety of your own mansion? It's kind of nuts. But look, 3-1 Chelsea, but I'm going to go with a goal from Palmer, Estevao, and Pedro Neto versus an Everton one from... You know what? I'm going to be nice. Tierno Barry, why not? Yeah, no, I think 3-1. And if Chelsea don't win, then I will smear butter in my face. Right, next up, Liverpool versus Brighton. Well, I think everyone thinks that Liverpool are hunky-dory now, right? They're all safe as houses after beating Inter Milan away from home. Oh, it's all fine. The crisis is fixed. Everyone's behind Arne Slot, as they should be, right? Look, I commend the fans' loyalty to Arne Slot, but oh no, if you think the crisis is over, you're like one of those naive kids who happily chats to clowns in sewers. No, you're going to have your arm bitten right out of its socket, you silly fool. That is, I think that's the Liverpool fans who think everything is all hunky-dory now because you got to win against Inter Milan. Guess what? You also beat Real Madrid, which is a much more impressive win in the middle of your crisis run, and you didn't recover anything after that. It just got worse. And with the whole gloom of the cloud of Salah hanging over the club, with Carragher going nuts in the media, pretty much almost admitting that he wants Salah to get hit by a bus, or at the very least, to have one of his arms ripped off by a hungry horse. Like, I think Liverpool are going to slip up here. I'm very confident they will. I'm going to go, seriously, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. The last time you had a 3 o'clock kickoff at Anfield, you lost 3-0 at home to a wretched Nottingham Forest. I'm sorry, but beware of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, because if there's one, I think if there is a right time to travel to Anfield, it is, as an opposition team, it's to get them on a 3 o'clock kickoff day, because I mean, the atmosphere is never particularly unbelievable at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, ever. I'm not really sure why, but it's like, you get more atmosphere at 12:30 kickoffs, and it shouldn't make sense. People have just literally got out of bed and probably still have coffee breath. But yeah, 3 o'clock kickoffs seem to just be, everyone just seems to be neutered cats in the ground. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Brighton win. 2 from old Man United old boy Danny Welbeck, which is just going to be, banter central, pretty much. But look, yeah, I'm going to go with that. And if Liverpool win, which I really don't think they will do, then I will stand outside Aldi, dressed as a ketchup bottle, and cry, very loudly cry. But Liverpool won't win, and I promise you they won't. The crisis is not over. It's not. It's like at the end of one of those Smile movies where you think everything's all resolved. It's not. The main character's going to smile and die. So yeah, look, that's going to be a Liverpool game. Anyway, next up, Burnley versus Fulham. Burnley have to win this game. I'm going to say this now. Burnley, if they have any chance of survival, they need to put 3 points on the board against a relegation rival. Now, Fulham will tell you they're not a relegation rival. They probably think they're too good for a relegation battle. You're not. No, you're not. There's a chasm being, a big wide gap between the first 15 clubs and the last 5. And Fulham are unfortunately in that dumpster pile of rubbish at the minute. I don't think there'll be any chance of you going down, but I mean, if you lose at Turf Moor, I think some of the Fulham fans, so haunted by previous relegations, are, going to be feeling like frightened little gummy bears. But look, I think Burnley will win. No, I don't. What am I on about? What? Did I just say that? No, I don't think Burnley will win. No, I think it'll be a 1-0 Fulham win. I think Scott Parker gets haunted by the club who he helped get relegated, about 5 times in his life as a player and a manager. I think it's going to be a miserable 5:30 kickoff. Actually, why is it a 5:30 kickoff? Are they really expecting us to tune into Burnley versus Fulham on a Saturday night? I would sooner watch Angry Ginge eating koala nipples on I'm a Celebrity or so. I didn't watch a minute of. I don't know if he had to do that, but probably had to do something crazy to get the price of winning that whole thing. Anyway, look, I don't know why this is a 5:30 kickoff. It's weird. I don't know. It's like, it's a strange. Why? No one's going to watch this. But yeah, 1-0 Fulham. Samuel Chukwueze in the last minute, which is pretty much the nail in the coffin for Burnley. And I think after that, surely Burnley have to look at giving Scott Parker a Christmas sack. Surely. Anyway, next up, Arsenal versus Wolves. Arsenal win. Obviously. It's the team who've been top of the league all season against the team who've been bottom of the league all season. Yeah, it's going to be more bread slapping for me, of course. There's literally no chance Arsenal don't win this game. Not at all. No. Like, if Arsenal don't win, then I will eat 100 bananas. But they will. Obviously, they will. It's this isn't even going to be a contest. So 5-0. 5-0. I'm going to go with 2 from Madueke, who's in form. I'm going to go with an Odegaard goal, if fit. Yeah, he is fit, right? I'm going to go Declan Rice. And unfortunately, Declan Rice and then Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, why not? He's back from injury now, so I'm going to get, Wolves are so bad they'll even let somebody who's been out injured for a whole year get on the score sheet. And Rob Edwards, you fumbled the Borough bag. Like, literally, you had such a nice thing going in the Championship. You were going to get promoted. And you were going to single-handedly going to rebuild your career after the Luton Town disaster. But this, just wanting to babysit this bunch of absolute Wolverhampton misfit mugs, it's going to age horribly. It's already aged horribly. I don't know what you're thinking. But yeah, that's obviously an Arsenal win. Crystal Palace versus Man City next. Look, I know Crystal Palace have historically been Man City's bogey team, and I just watched the highlights of them travelling to Ireland for the Europa Conference League, and honestly, Shelbourne looked grim. Lads, I mean, I couldn't work out why Damien Duff walked out on them because, he was going to have a glamour tie in Europe against Crystal Palace. No, he was probably at home laughing with a pint of hot chocolate and a chunk of moldy toast because who would want to be part of watching that terrible display? Palace could have won 8-0. Genuinely, they were, poor old Shelbourne. They were absolutely eaten like slugs. But look, I think Man City are going to win the league, and I think they're going to win here. I'm going to go with the 2-0 win, Foden and Haaland. I've been saying it all season. I think Man City will win. And if Man City don't win this match, then I will stand outside Aldi and have a heated argument with the elves of a Rice Krispies box. Okay, moving on. Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham. Oof. I'm going to go with the Nottingham Forest win here. Yeah, Spurs, do they have the backbone to travel to Sean Dycheville, where it's going to be pretty gritty and grumpy and ugly? Now I just sound like I'm naming Snow White dwarfs, don't I? But look, I'm going to go with a Forest win. I'm going to go with the 2-0 Forest win. Goal from Igor Jesus and Elliot Anderson penalty. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty grim afternoon for Thomas Frank's boys. And if Tottenham do win this match, then I'll kneel down in the field and act like a cow for 20 minutes. Oof, that sounds grim. Anyway, up next is Sunderland versus Newcastle. Oh, lads. I think before the season started, I think I said the Magpies would win 5-0 in the Stadium of Light. I don't think that anymore. Sunderland haven't lost a Premier League home match in 8.5 years. Oh boy. Please tell me they don't have Netflix cameras in the stadium for this. I think it's written in the stars. 1-0 Newcastle win. A late Johan Wissa winner off the bench. I'm telling you, Newcastle are the one. I mean, yeah, Sunderland have raised their game, have been brilliant all season, yes. But do you not think this Newcastle team are also going to raise their game? Eddie Howe wants to win the first Premier League Tyne-Wear derby of his life. He's already a hero on Tyneside, but imagine if he goes to the Stadium of Light and wins, beating this Xhaka-led bunch. Let's do this. 1-0 Newcastle. 1-0. And if Newcastle don't win, then I will have a milk shower in the middle of a field whilst acting like a horse. I don't even know how that would work, but that's what's going to happen if Newcastle lose. Up next, West Ham versus Aston Villa. 1-1 draw. I didn't even have to think about it. It just automatically, that's screaming. My brain is screaming at me this is going to be a 1-1 draw. I know Villa are on an unbelievable winning streak, but it's got to come to an end at some point. And I think, yeah, West Ham Villa 1-1. I'm going to go with Callum Wilson and Morgan Rogers. 1-1. Yeah. And then Brentford versus Leeds. Oh, okay. Leeds have had a great couple of weeks, but I think they're gonna get slammed back to earth with a big Brentford win, 3-0. Igor Thiago at 2. And Keane Lewis Potter with... No, stop. Why do I keep predicting Keane Lewis Potter? He's never going to score. Stop trying to make Keane Lewis Potter happen. No, I'm going to go with the goal from Jordan Henderson. A very rare goal from Henderson. Why not? 3-0 Brentford win. And then finally, Man United versus Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth win this game. I know they've been on a terrible run of form, but yeah, I think they win this match. And if they don't, I will tell a former member of Football Daily that I love him. I don't. That's a lie. But look, Bournemouth are going to win. Because Man United, when things look good for Man United, they absolutely then trip up at home, like against 10-man Everton a couple of weeks ago. And they failed to beat West Ham at home last week. There's something about Manchester United playing at Old Trafford on a Monday night where they absolutely slip up like wet frogs in a pond. They just can't hack for whatever reason playing Monday Night Football. I don't know why they keep being asked to play Monday Night Football, because they can't do it. They keep losing under the pressure of Monday Night Football. Well, I mean, does the prospect of pundits focusing entirely on them for an entire evening just scare them or something and make them freeze? Like Jack Nicholson in the snow? It's crazy. But yeah, that's exactly the reason I'm going to go with the Bournemouth win, 1-0. Marcus Tavernier wonder goal. Anyway, that is the video. Let me know when it comes to... the Tyne-Wear derby is scaring me. You all know it is. But look, that is the video. Think of me this weekend when you're watching the Tyne-Wear derby, because just know, I'll be a petrified little mouse watching it. Anyway, that is the video. Enjoy the video. Don't forget to like your raise. I'll waffle you in a while.